Hi guys, welcome to F, Intro to Triangles. This is actually one of my most favorite sections, so get ready. So F.1 specifically is about classifying triangles. Okay, now I know you've seen this before. There's two ways to classify. You can classify by sides and then by angles. So by sides, on the far left, if it's scalene, that means no sides are congruent. Okay? So all three side lengths are different. So isosceles is a strange definition. Typically, people will say, oh, that's when two legs are congruent. You'll see the congruent markings. But actually, guys, isosceles means two or more legs congruent. Okay? So what that means is an equilateral triangle is also known as isosceles. We rarely ever call it that. It comes up every once in a while if someone's trying to be mean in a question. So equilateral, that means equal lats, so that means equal sides. Since I'm here, I do want to bring up, if it's equilateral, by default, it's equiangular. Equiangular. So equiangular obviously means equal angles. So that would mean all three angles are congruent. Now, since we know a triangle adds up to 180, you would simply say, hey, 180 divided by 3, that means all angles are 60 degrees. So an equilateral triangle, all angles will be 60 degrees. Okay, that's a nice little trick to hang on to. Now let's classify triangles by angles. Okay, so clearly if it's got a right angle, it's a right triangle. Here, if all three angles are congruent, that we call equiangular, and of course equilateral. Oh, I'm on my eraser. It's equilateral. I want you guys to always make those connections when you see those equilateral, equiangular. We also call it regular. Okay, regular means all sides are congruent, all angles are congruent. Now, obtuse, the word obtuse means greater than 90, but less than 180. So you're looking for an angle that's bigger than 90, so that would be a wide angle. That's obtuse. It's big. And then acute is greater than 0, but less than 90. So that would be a small, cute, adorable angle. So you can see this top left triangle, they're all less than 90 degrees. A right angle, obviously, guys, is 90. One angle is always 90. Okay, what kind of triangle is this? So I can see they gave me angles, so I'm classifying by angles. I look at all the angles, they're different, and all less than 90, that is acute. Classify this triangle by its sides. Ooh, okay, so notice they say isosceles but not equilateral, so it can't be that. If they gave me the option of isosceles alone, that would be correct. But they did not give me that option, so let me erase it. So I can see it's equiangular, which means it's got to be equilateral as well. Classify this triangle by its sides and angles. Okay, so I can see these two sides are congruent. Now, guys, by default, if two legs are congruent, the angles opposite are going to be congruent. Okay, so this angle will be congruent to this angle. We call those base angles. That always happens in an isosceles triangle. So let's see. I can see it's isosceles, so I'm going to keep A. So I'm basically doing process of elimination. It's not scalene, so it can't be the second one. It's not obtuse because there's no angle that's bigger than 90. It's not obtuse, so it's definitely acute and isosceles. Okay, classify this triangle by its sides. And look at, so it's not scalene because I can see if two angles are congruent, then two sides have to be congruent. It's not equilateral. That would be all three sides congruent. So this is isosceles, but not equilateral. Equilateral. It's a mouthful. is this triangle scalene? So to be scalene, guys, all three sides and all three angles have to be different. So clearly all three angles are the same, so this is not scalene. What kind of triangle is this, you ask? It's regular. What does regular mean? Equilateral, equiangular, and there's one more word out there. We would call it, you could call this isosceles, because two or more sides are congruent. You know all three sides are congruent if all three angles are. Okay, now F2 is so much fun for me. I love F2. Buckle up. You're going to want a calculator. This is the fun calculations part. Okay, so triangle sum theorem. So what this says, I mentioned it above, all three interior angles, so interior is inside, add up to 180. Okay, that's always and forever. So here they just want me to find the missing angle. So you would just say 59 plus 33 plus t is 180, because they all have to add up to 180. Now let's go ahead and do the math here. So 180 minus 59 and minus 33, that would give me 88 degrees. And that's it. Okay, maybe you want to try this one on your own and push play to check it. Okay, so I would write my equation 30 plus 44 plus 2a equals 180. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and subtract 30 and 44 from 180. So that would be 180 minus 30 minus 44. So I have 2a equals 106. Divide by 2. 53 is a. All right. So now they're just giving you more complex kind of angles. They want the value of a, so I would say a plus 47 plus a plus 6. Just adding all three angles up. Plus 45 degrees is 180. Okay, so let me see. I'm going to do 180 minus 45 minus 6 minus 47. I get 82. Okay, so I subtracted all the constants, and I'm going to go ahead and combine my a's, which would give me a 2a. I'm going to divide out a 2. A is 41. Okay, notice I'm not saying 41. Well, I could say degrees. A does represent degrees, so 41 degrees. Okay, moving along. Okay, maybe try this one on your own and push play when you're ready. All right, so let's go ahead and write our equation. Now, I would say, guys, these are easy problems, so my recommendation is don't miss them. Write them out. Okay, so let me see. I'm going to go ahead and add my variables together, so that would be 8a. And then negative 50 plus 102, that's 52, equals 180. So let's see, 180 minus 52 equals 128. So 8a equals 128. And divide by 8. A is 16. Isn't this fun? I love these. Okay, guys, that concludes this. Enjoy this one. And again, available for any questions, just an email away. Thank you.